Oh, don't you hate that when you eat and then you got like, because it's spicy, you get like phlegm in your throat or something? I guess I'm just talking to myself for now because there's nobody here. It's Thursday night, and I got a frog in my throat. It's late. It's almost like 12, and I should be getting ready for bed, but I'm not tired, and I need to unwind. I just got home like an hour ago or so, and I had dinner, and I'm not ready for bed, even though it's late and I should be getting ready. I'm just not ready at all. Like, and I had a spammer troll earlier, so I was doing a live stream then, and I had to stop because he wouldn't stop spamming and trolling me, and so I went to his channel. It was a troll account. There was no videos. It was just he basically just made the account just to troll me. And so I went to his channel and I blocked him. Hopefully, he won't make another account, because if he does and he starts trolling me again like he was, it's too much for me. It's stressful. And I don't like that. And he takes up everyone else's space to talk, to communicate to me. And I don't know. So let's hope he doesn't come back. I just had something really spicy. I got like a frog in my throat. I think it's getting better now. So I just got home like an hour ago from a 5-star hotel, and he was very, very, very nice client. He paid me for 2 hours, and I only spent like an hour. So he's like, I'm good. He's like, if you need to go, I understand. He's like, I'm great. Everything's good. I'm good. You don't. And I asked him, so are you sure? Do you want me to rub your back? Do you want to cuddle? Oh, no, I'm good. Like, he's like, I don't know. Maybe I wasn't his type, or maybe he was just a really nice guy, but I don't know. I'm just like, I'm one of those people that like, I guess I probably should. Well, see, this is a problem. Okay, these guys that I see are hobbyists. What does that mean? It means that they basically do this as a hobby. They see different providers as a hobby. So I don't really have a problem with that. Actually, that's great, because that means they're safe and they're kind. And like I said, he paid me for 2 hours. He was easy. He was done after an hour. I mean, we didn't even hardly do anything, really. We just mostly talked the whole time. But the problem with hobbyists is that usually they're just coming through, they're on business trips. And usually, not always, but usually, because they're hobbyists, they like to try different girls. And what that means is, if he does come back to town next year or next month, most likely he won't call me again. So that's just the way it is. He even like was telling me that he already had someone else booked for the next day. He was going to go see her at her hotel. That's just their hobby. That's what they do. Some people like to hunt. Some people collect stamps. Some people have old cars they like to restore, and some people like to see sex workers. It's what they do. It's their hobby. So yeah. What I was going to say though is, I'm one of those type of people that if something's kind of like bothering me, or I have something on my mind, I'm not really one to hold back. Like, I'll tell them like what's going on, even if it's not good stuff, political stuff, rigged election stuff in New York. What's going on? It's very upsetting, and we're talking about that. He agreed, and he said it was kind of depressing because he understood what I was talking about. He totally agreed that all elections are rigged. I said, that we don't live in a free country. It's all just an illusion, that it's only for the top 1%. This country, it's not free. The U.S. is not a free country at all. It's only free if you're very, very wealthy. Then it's great, and you can get away with all kinds of stuff, right? You can change rules, you can change laws, you can If you're wealthy enough, you can buy a brothel in Nevada, but man, you have to have a lot of money to do that one. So yeah, not a free country at all. And he understood what I was talking about. And see, I don't like putting people on a downer. Like I don't like making people, because I don't know this guy. He's just some client. I really prefer not to have to say stuff like that. But damn it, I don't know. It's like that's just where the conversation goes. Sometimes the life is not all roses. Okay, it's horrible. It's hard. Life is hard. And I am somewhat privileged that I can see 5-star clients and that I'm not out on a street corner and I don't have a pimp. I am somewhat privileged. I mean, there's a lot of very, very poor women out there, especially like if you go to places like New York or Brooklyn. There's women that have to work the streets and they have, pimps or boyfriends they have to support, because if they go to jail, then they need someone to bail them out. And, it's like, so yeah, life is hard. And even though I have trouble and I have problems with what I do because of the criminalization of it, it could still be, I understand it could still be a lot worse. And at least I have a full belly. I have food in my stomach. I have a roof over my head. So far, nothing really terrible yet has happened in this town. Hopefully it won't. But, I do have that in the back of my head, the what ifs. What if I get banned from a website again? Like I was banned from Arrows, and so were a lot of people. All that, these what ifs. I don't have a plan B. As I was telling him, if anything ever happens and I'm ever not, one day I wake up and I can't advertise for whatever reason, I don't have a plan B. Like I'll be homeless. Like I have a mortgage, I have bills. If I can't pay these things because I can't make enough money to support myself, I don't have a plan B. And I told him that. And I think maybe he felt a little sorry for me, I think. And maybe that's why part of the reason he's like, I'm good. You can go if you like. I'm like, oh, are you sure? I've only been here like, an hour? I can still stay at least another, I said to him like something like, I got another at least 40 minutes before my meter runs out, because the meter downtown only lets you put a $2 in. That's for 2 hours. So yeah. And he was a really, really nice guy anyway. Really easy to please. Nothing crazy. Nothing. He didn't ask for anything unsafe or nothing. So yeah, because he was most hobbyists are like that. They're very, very easygoing. Most of them. I wouldn't say all of them. There are some that will test the waters. But that's true with any job. Anytime you're hired for somebody, I myself, I've tested the waters before. Like I've hired tree trimmer guys to come here, and I agree to a certain amount for a certain amount of trees. And while they're doing the work, I'll admit I'm guilty of this. While they're trimming my trees, I'll be like, oh, by the way, do you mind just, there's a stump. Like I said, I go, there's a little stump. While you're at it, can you just get rid of that little stump? And he goes, well, yeah, he's like, it'd be another $10. So it's like, okay, $10. Oh, by the way, I forgot. There's like a branch over there. Can you just go ahead and while you're here, just take care of that other branch too? And he'd be like, oh, yeah, then he'd be like, I need a little bit more. So yeah, I do that myself. And I'll pay a little bit more. But the thing is, it's better, I feel sometimes, to do it that way, because a lot of times I've had tree trimmer guys come over because I have a lot of trees on my property, and they just want like way too much money. Okay, like way too much money. And I'm not one of those picky people. I'm not one of those people who are gonna be like, oh, you didn't do this right, you didn't rake that up, I don't care. I've even told people before, I don't care if you make a mess. You can just cut the trees down and leave them, and I'll take care of them later. I've said that before, and I've told people before, it doesn't have to be spotless when you're done. You can leave a few things here and there, and I'll clean it up later. What I do is I dig a hole and I just bury it. Like I'll bury and that's good for the soil too. It's like you bury your branches and leaves, you bury all that stuff, and it makes mulch. So then your soil gets more nutrients. So yeah, I've even told this one tree trimmer, I said, and if it costs you money to haul away because he had a wood chipper. So I said, and if it costs you money to haul away the wood chips, you can just leave it here because I need them anyway. And if you could just deduct a little bit, like off the bill, that would be great. But not all of them will do that. Some of them will, but not all of them. Some of them will be like, oh, well, we don't, like this one guy, he's like, well, we don't have a wood chipper. We'll just cut them up with the chainsaw and throw them in the back of the truck and haul them off that way. So I'm like, oh, okay, because it was like easier that way for him. Because otherwise he would have to like pick up the wood, carry it back, stack it up. But this way he just throws the branches in the truck. He jumped in the back of the truck, and it was already, and it was like all chopped up in the back of the truck. And then by the time he was done, it was all piled up. And I'm thinking, wow, maybe it's a good thing he took it, because I would have a huge pile in my backyard. Plus, it would have been like more work to pick it up, carry it to the back, stack it, and do it. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, everyone tries to get a good deal. So clients are no different. Some of them will try. Some will push the limits. They try, but I rarely will give people special, treatment unless they're a regular. I give them discounts if they're regulars and they keep coming back over and over and over and over. I give them discounts. Then I'll be like, hey, you've been here a few times now. I'm like, I'm so happy you come back to see me. Since you're my regular now, because this is your second or third time, let's just say, if it's a second time or third time, I remember, and they come back soon enough. Now, if they don't come back soon enough, I might forget that they've actually been here, and I'll forget everything. But if they keep coming back, then I'll be like, yeah, you're going to get I'm going to like grandfather you in, and I'm going to give you the special rate. And if my rates ever go up, don't worry about it, because you're always going to get this special rate. So that's what I do. Just because I really, really do appreciate when clients come back to see me, especially when they're nice. If they're not nice, I won't give them a special rate at all. So it rarely happens where I won't want to see. It does happen. I'll say it's not never, but I would say maybe once a year, I might get a client where we totally just don't hit it off at all, or he's just something about him that, yeah, and I write it down, do not see again, or something like that. But I'm not very internet savvy. I know a lot of providers have like places online where they'll make a list of all their regulars or people they don't want to see, but I don't even do that because it's just more work. Just more office work that I don't need or don't want. It's not that common anyway. It rarely happens. So far so good. The troll's not back. I actually did block him. I found his thing and I went to his site. He was a troll account, no videos, and I put block. So hopefully he won't make another troll account and come back and flood this. But he's probably a little child and he's probably in bed by now. So yeah. Anyway, I don't know why I came on so late. It's Thursday night. It's late. I'm just not tired. I didn't see any videos I wanted to watch. And I just ate, so I'm too full to sleep. I ate a bunch of food. I probably overate. My stomach's getting huge again. I lost some weight like a week or two ago. I was losing weight. I don't even know like why. I was eating 2 times a day like I do. Today, I actually did have 3, not really 3 meals, but I had fridge toast, iced coffee in the morning. Then I had juice, like vegetable green juice with fruit juice, like fresh juice that I juiced. And then I had dinner, so I'm pretty full. And I had yogurt. So I ate a little bit more today than normally, but that's because I had a client and I didn't want to go there hungry. So I wanted to eat something. I had the juice and I had the yogurt. Because I don't like driving somewhere because driving makes me hungry. And sometimes if I'm with a client, I get too hungry. My stomach will start growling and I'll be like, oh, I'm starving. I don't want to like complain or anything. So yeah, that's probably why I did that. And then last night, another reason my stomach's getting big, I shouldn't have done this, but last night I bought some organic vanilla ice cream. I should not have done this. I feel like I shouldn't have done this, but it was so good. because I heard about this recipe that you can add to cereal, and I did it, and it was so good. I couldn't stop eating it. I was only going to have like one like little like scoop, but it was so good, the recipe, that I ended up eating half of a, what are they, like pints, like half of a pint. And what you do is you put like, you can use Frosted Flakes. I didn't have that, but I had this organic like flake, like corn flake sweetened with honey. It was like corn flakes, honey sweetened organic cereal. So you sprinkle the cereal on top of the ice cream, and you crush up some Oreo cookies, and I put the little bit of banana in there, and a little bit of toasted almonds in there, and oh my god, it was like, whoa, yum yum. And I'm like, wow, this is good. I'm like, oh, this is addictive, it's addictive. And I ran back, like, I can't stop. And I got more and more, like, that's it. And I had to force myself to stop after I ate half of it. It was way too good. Like, man, you would not believe. It's like crunchy texture, chocolatey, almondy, toasted, and oh man, it was good. And my stomach, I woke up this morning and my stomach was huge, and I could barely sleep last night. The only reason I look this good, like, I look like shit right now, but I have like makeup on. If I didn't have all this makeup on, you would see like really dark eyes under here. But I have concealer, I have foundation, I have blush, I have a little bit of eyeliner, and yeah, no powder, no lipstick. But if I didn't have this makeup on, I would look like crap. See my teeth? I think I got about like 4 more months to go, because I figured this out. Because if you look, you can't really tell, but I got like a dip. It goes like that. There's like a dip here. Hey, look. Not this one. This one. Yeah, like a dip right here. So they have to be like, they have to come up like this. And this side, I don't know, maybe a little bit. And then this tooth needs to come more squared. It needs to be squared more, like turned out, that. And yeah, I think I got about 4 more months to go, because when I went and got estimates from other orthodontists, the shortest amount of time any of them told me was a year. And because I've only had these for what, 6, 7, I think it's going like 7 months now, 8, 9, 10, 11, 4 more months, 11, 12, that'd be like a year. I believe I got these, because I think I got these in, was it December or January? So yeah, I think probably I'll be done in December, maybe January. I don't know. We'll see how they look. And I'm going to keep going back for refinements, and I'm going to keep going back for more refinements and more refinements, until they're like, no, they're perfect. And until I'm like, yeah, I agree. But if there's any little like doubt in my mind whatsoever, I will question that, and I will go to another orthodontist if I have to. I don't think that's going to happen. They are a member, Smell Direct Club, actually, by the way, they're a member of the Better Business Bureau. So everyone has their own opinion about the Better Business Bureau, but I don't know, for what it's worth. And the orthodontists, they are licensed. They're not just like anybody, you know what I mean? They have to be licensed, actual orthodontists. So, but if there's any question in my mind whatsoever, when it's all said and done, I am going to go again to get a second opinion to another orthodontist and be like, yeah, these are my teeth. I just got done, and I need a retainer, and I'm going to go ahead and probably get a retainer made at orthodontist, because I really don't want to wear that kind of retainer. I want like the wire kind, because the problem with these kind, a liner retainer, I like them. They make your teeth look all kind of shiny and it feels kind of protected. But It is plastic that you have, and plastic is like toxic kind of, but it's not just that. It's because these style of retainers, these clear retainers, they only last 6 months, and then you got to go and you got to get it and you got to order again, another $100. You got to order again. So in a year's time, you could spend, and this all adds up, over a year, you could spend $200-300 on a liner retainers. But if I go to the orthodontist, it might cost me $200 or $400, but that retainer will last forever until, it might need a little tweaking, or if it gets damaged. But I'm really careful. Like, I'm going to keep it safe in a little container thing, and I don't have no trouble like taking care of things. Like, I'm one of those people, like, as a child, this is like, I know this is crazy, but when I was a child, I had I should have still have it, but I had this teddy bear, and it was a really, really, really old, like, antique. By the time I threw it away, it was so old. Like, what I should have done, I should have preserved it. I don't know if you can preserve like stuffed animal, probably not, but it was so old. I had it for so many years that it was just falling apart. Like, the arms were just like ripped and falling off, and the eyes and everything. It just looked like it was, before you knew it, was just gonna be like a pile of just nothingness, like an old teddy bear just all shredded up. And yeah, so I got rid of it. It was dirty. But I'm just like that. Like, there's been times in my life where I've had things as a child and I just kept them like forever. So I'm good. If I really care about something and I want to hang on to it and take care of it, I'm one of those people that I can hang on to stuff forever. But I'm not like a pack rat. Like, I don't have anything right now that I've never, there's nothing in this room that I've had probably over like 5 years. Because when I moved, well, actually, no, some of my clothes are older than that. A lot of my clothes. But when I moved here from Hawaii, I basically left with a suitcase. So basically, it's like you start out when you move like that from Hawaii back to the mainland. Basically, you're starting from like nothing. Like, I had just a suitcase. Like, I will not ship things. It's just like way too expensive. Practically everything I buy is either like online, like or thrift stores. I get all of my furniture from. I got all of it, basically all of it except the bed, from Habitat. I got all my furniture from Habitat for Humanity. They're a really good company. So they donate a lot to help build habitats for humans. But my bed I bought used, and I bought it on Craigslist, and it was really, really, like, really good, like almost brand new. I checked it all out. I did the sniff test. There was no stains. It smelled good, looked good. So why not? I just don't want to spend like $1,000 for a bed. It's just like crazy. Like, I've done that before, and those types of beds, usually they're rip-offs. Like, I bought a brand new mattress once. I think it was in Hawaii. And the damn thing only lasted me a year. After a year, it's like, no way. It's like it started like doing this. And it was one of those horrible beds where you can't even flip it because the backside was like hard cardboard. It's like, that's what they do now to save money. These bed companies, they don't make mattresses like they used to, hardly at all. They don't make mattresses anymore where you can just like flip them. They make the backsides all hard. I believe this one you can flip. Yeah, this one is flippable. So I like the kinds you can flip, because that way, if it starts to sink a little bit, you just flip them over, and then they're good for another 6 months, and then you flip them again. And you're supposed to do that. They tell you that's what you do anyway, to make it last longer. So I don't like when beds start sagging. I hate it. It hurts my back. That was the last time I told myself, I'll never spend $1,000 for a bed again, because you get ripped off. You buy a bed and it's like that. You can't flip it over. It starts to sag after 6 months. I even checked on Google to see if this happens to more people, or I just had really bad luck. And no, it happens to a lot of people. They complain. They say they're not making them like they used to. They used to make them you can flip over. These other kind you can't flip over are horrible. They only last 6 months. They're expensive. So it's just a way for these bed companies to like make a bunch of money now on people. So yeah, that's what they're doing. Just be careful if you buy a bed like that. It's best to buy the ones that you can flip. Are you still mad from earlier? No. Was he a robot? I don't know. I deleted him. I mean, I blocked him, and there was too many horrible messages to go through all of them. I just went to his channel and deleted them. Mm. You seem to be a good cook. Yeah, I would say I'm a pretty good cook, actually. Make meals for your clients. Yeah, I'd prefer to have my clients take me out for dinner. I would much rather do that. Well, what do you want to talk about? Anyone? It's late. Um, yeah, I mean, it's probably why there's only like 8 people on here, and everyone's probably tired. I don't really want to keep people up. If you're tired, you don't need to stay on here just for me. It's just, I need to unwind and just thought I'd come on here for a minute. So, I don't know. Um, what to say? I guess nobody really knows what to say, huh? It seems like all you people on here right now are just like regular watchers, so nobody new. And I'm not really that tired yet. My water's here. I got my kombucha bottle full of cold water. Oh, and before I went and saw my client tonight, I got the small, thin washcloth, and I did wash my feet with soap because I don't want to take any chances because I know you get used to your own smell, and sometimes you don't realize that you smell. Maybe, I mean, I did put deodorant on. I put organic Tom's. I use Tom's organic, aluminum free. But if I'm just like in my house and I'm not going nowhere, I don't use deodorant. I only use deodorant when I have a client. That's it. Like, I don't care if I have a little bit of a stinky smell. It doesn't bother me because you get used to your own smells and stuff of your body. Everyone does. But yeah, I just made sure I was all nice and clean. It's the polite thing to do, I think. So yeah, my feet are good. They don't need any more soap. I don't like using soap unless, well, I do use like facial soap, and I'll wash soap every day out with my hands and a little bit under my arms and down there, but that's about it. Like, I'm not one of those people that like every day take a shower and put soap all over me because it really dries out your skin like really bad. Like, if you use soap every day, your skin is going to be like super dry, stripped of its oils, stripped of all its natural good bacteria along with the bad, because we have both good and bad bacteria, and your skin will age. And I'm not kidding you. Every time I have a client, they're always like this. I'm not even kidding you. They'll be like, wow, your skin, it's so soft. But I never say, oh, yeah, that's because I don't use soap. But you know what? It's the truth. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not a stinky person. Like I said, I do use soap under my arms and on my feet once in a while. And I have special soap just for the face. But I'm not one of those people that's going to go in the shower and put a bunch of soap and get all the soap every fucking day. No, never. There are special occasions where, I don't know, let's just say I'd never hardly ever do this, but like one time I went and I laid like in a tanning bed. Like, I don't recommend this because, well, actually, I got really high from it. I don't know, it's something about the endorphins, but I don't recommend it because it's not good for your skin. Like, I had this freckle thing. You probably can't see. It's really small. But I noticed that after the tanning bed, this is like about a year ago, and it did make me feel high. I loved it. And I wanted to go back. But then I noticed that this little like freckle thing started like getting darker. And I'm like, uh-oh, that's not good. Because they say like if you have any freckles and if they ever change color, you're supposed to go to a skin, doctor. You know what they're called. But I don't have insurance. So I just decided, no, I'm not going to go back. But that time I did when I came home because I'm thinking, ew, cooties. Like, I just laid in a tanning bed where everyone lays and they all sweat. And I'm like, that's disgusting. Like, I was thinking about how gross that was, like what I just did, but I felt really good from it. But I jumped in the shower and I put soap all over my back and everywhere because I'm like, that's gross, right? Yeah, and there are occasions where if a client sweats on me, yeah, I'll jump in the shower and I'll put a bunch of soap on me. But if I'm just like sitting at home doing my daily nothingness, just watching videos, maybe I walk to the store, take a little walk, come home, I will not lather up because, again, it's not good for your skin to keep putting soap on every single day because it dries it out and it strips your oils. It strips all your natural oils. It gets rid of all your good natural bacteria on your skin. But yeah, anyway, it's getting late. I've been like blah, 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 like for the past 30 minutes. And I don't know what else to say. So, all right, I guess I got a troll on here. Nobody wants to listen to in real life. Well, I disagree. I'm not talking about that shooting things. That's horrible. There's people in this world that are just completely 100% sadomasochistic, and there's always been people like that, and there always will be people like that until, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, until we're out of the dark ages, which I believe we are still in, until we have something called super AI. Now, I'm not talking about this bullshit, Lexus. That's not even like low level AI. Okay. That's just crap. That's not nothing. Okay. That's nothing. I'm talking about like a real super AI that is connected to every single damn camera we have, because we do have cameras everywhere. If we had a high level super AI highly intelligent AI that was connected to every damn camera we have that's everywhere. You can't go anywhere anymore without being on camera, okay? You can't. They're everywhere. So until we have that, these horrible things will probably continue to happen because there are all types of people in this world. There's a lot of sadomasochistic people in this world, and that's the way the world is. There's nothing you can do unless there's super AI that goes, alert, and then it'll alert the drone, and the drone swoops in and he then throws a net over the guy and pulls the net tight, and then the guy's like, right? and then the authorities come and they grab him and they take his gun, okay? Or a drone comes in and swoops down on the guy and shoots a dart into him and it's like a tranquilizer, and he's like, okay? Until we have something like that to stop these madmen with guns, it's gonna continue to happen. What can I say? I said it before and I'll say it again. We live in the dark ages. Nothing you can do about shit like this. A lot of horrible things will continue to happen like this. And yeah, we can only hope for super AI. Anyway, it's getting late. Everyone seems like they're just so, you guys seem so like tired. I feel bad keeping you guys up. So I'm going to go now. Take care. Bye-bye.